Good morning, Mr. Pruitt.
Good morning, Senator Booker.
I have a letter that I read that you sent to the committee last year, and you said that the Oklahoma Attorney General, you said, I am responsible for protecting the welfare of Oklahoma citizens. I assume that's still correct, and you believe that?
Yes, Senator.
And during the past 6 years in pursuit of that, if you look at the record of the lawsuits you filed against the EPA, you've joined or filed 14 lawsuits against the EPA challenging clean air and clean water rules, yes?
We've been involved in multiple pieces of litigation, Senator.
Yeah, but I'm looking at specifically 14, and Mr. Chairman, I'd like to put those 14 lawsuits into the record of where you specifically challenged the EPA on air quality. And let me just go through some of those.
Without objection.
Thank you, sir. To refresh your recollection, you filed 2 lawsuits challenging the EPA mercury and air toxics standards. You filed a lawsuit challenging the EPA's 2015 National Ambient Air Quality Standards for ozone. You filed 4 lawsuits challenging the EPA's Clean Power Plan. You have sued to challenge the EPA's 111B standards for carbon dioxide emissions from new power plants. And you also sued to challenge the EPA's federal implementation plan for Oklahoma under the regional haze rule. You're familiar with those, I imagine.
Yes, Senator.
And you filed a lawsuit challenging the EPA cross-state air pollution rule, something in New Jersey we're very concerned with. And are you aware that that rule, which you lost in that suit, scientists estimate that that alone prevents 400,000 asthma attacks nationally each year? Are you aware of those estimations?
Yes, Your Honor. Yes, Senator. May I offer?
I appreciate your promotion of being a judge. Let me continue, Mr. Pruitt. I don't have much time.
Okay.
So each of these lawsuits that I just went through and that we analyzed, all of them challenge attempts by the EPA to reduce air pollution. In all of them except one, you filed those lawsuits joining with polluting companies that were also suing the EPA. And so in addition to filing those lawsuits with some of the polluting companies, or at least one that has now been specifically mentioned by two of my colleagues, you used substantial portions of the letters from those companies, put them on your official Attorney General letterhead. And what was sort of surprising to me is that when you've been asked about this in the public, you basically represented that that's actually called representative government in my view of the world. Your testimony here says that you were representing industry, you were representing the polluters. And so with all of these lawsuits you filed and with all of these letters like this one written to the EPA on behalf of the industries that are causing the pollution, it seems clear to me that obviously the fact pattern on representing polluters is clear, that you've worked very hard on behalf of these industries that have their profits externalized, negative externalities are their pollution. And so I just have a question for you specifically about the children of Oklahoma. Do you know how many kids in Oklahoma roughly have asthma?
I do not, Senator.
Well, according to data published by the very nonpartisan group, the American Lung Association, more than 111,000 children in Oklahoma, which is more than 10%, more than 1 in 10 of all the kids in Oklahoma have asthma. That's one of the highest asthma rates in the entire United States of America. Now, this is a crisis, similar data for where I was mayor, and I can tell you firsthand the devastating impacts that kids with asthma has on children and families, affecting their economic well-being, parents who have to watch their children struggle to breathe, people that have to miss work, rushing their kids to the hospital. 1 in 10 kids having a disease, missing school, is a significant problem. And so if you've been writing letters on behalf of polluting industries, I want to ask you, how many letters did you write to the EPA about this health crisis? If this is representative government, did you represent those children? I want to know what actions you've taken in the past 6 years in your capacity as protector of the welfare of Oklahoma citizens to protect the welfare of those 111,000 children. Did you ever let any of them write letters on your letterhead to the EPA, and did you even file one lawsuit on behalf of those kids to reduce the air pollution in your state and help them to have a healthy life?
Senator, I've actually provided a list of cases to the chairman with respect to enforcement steps we've taken in multiple pieces of environmental litigation. But let me say to you, with respect to cross-state air pollution and some of the cases you referred to, the state has to have an interest before it can bring those cases, as you know. You can't just bring a lawsuit if you don't have standing, if there's not been some injury to the state of Oklahoma. In each of those cases, the court
My
determined that there
time's
was a state
expired, but
interest.
if I could just say, injury, clearly asthma is triggered and caused by air pollutants. Clearly there is an air pollution problem. And the fact that you have not brought suits at any of the level in which you've represented the industries that are causing the pollution is really problematic when you're going to sit in a position that is nationally supposed to be affecting this reality. And asthma in our country is the #1 reason why children in America, health reason, why children in America miss school. Mr. Chairman, thank you.